Kinda going there now, though. We're not far, 20 kilometers from the Tanzanite town called Mirani. We're going there. We're on our way. And unfortunately, or fortunately, you are with us. So we drove into Mirani. Of course, the place looks more like a village. You do not need to count on seeing the skyscrapers of Mirani City, although the potential of this town is great. Upon arrival at the place of registration of documents, tambourine dances began. At first, there was a lunch break, then we waited for someone for a long time, but all of this was expected from the start. Two white tourists have come to make a profit, and they'll be fools if they don't make money from it. But they are, as you can see, not fools. While we were waiting for someone again, we were offered to sit in the office of the cutters. And so it was very pleasant to watch this process, to see how this Tanzanian cutter looks like, who spoils the tanzanite so much with their cut. Why do they cut the stones without a magnifying glass? Well, I guess they have a sharp eye. While we were waiting, Chanel went to buy a local delicacy, and this is a pressed baobab fruit. It tastes a little sour, like flower pulp, but it's pretty good.
From baobab.
There are big problems with electricity here. It always shuts down. They're pulling a wire to connect their equipment, and they've already started a diesel generator on the street. The lights were turned off in the administrative building, and that's it. We were unable to get documents for the export of our stones, so I'll have to come back tomorrow. And tomorrow, well, we will arrive there, and it's about 50 or 70 kilometers, especially in Africa. So, take two tomorrow. Mirani. Loading on the bus takes place. Actually, I wonder what kind of model this is. It's pretty cool. I wish you would know what kind of village it is. This is the central bus station. That is just a field. And the heat. If you love ginger Schweppes, then Tangavizi's soft drink is just specially made for you. And as a confirmation of these words, I was surrounded by fans of this drink. Under the excuse of taking a photo, they put me off my guard, and then one of them asked me to buy him this drink. Well, they're fine. Wants my bottle or for me to buy him a bottle. In short, I pretended not to understand. It's always fun here, but the main thing is to be collected. Buddy, what are you under? Tangavizi. A refreshing drink. When we re-arrived in the city and got to the institution, some of our intermediaries were engaged in processing documents, and we, in turn, went to the territory where tanzanite is mined. Well, first, you hand in your documents, make copies of your passport, sign the logbook, pay the toll, and you're welcome to the territory. The territory itself is surrounded by a massive fence with barbed wire and video cameras, and I will tell you that this is a town inside the city. To get to any point, you need to take a boda. Well, this is, roughly speaking, a motorcycle taxi. There's a Maasai raw material market in this area, and you will see it again soon. There's also a Maasai village, a police station, and of course, a company that is the flagship of the tanzanite mining called Tanzanite 1 that's located on the territory. Let's just say that they're monopolists there. They own a large number of territories, and what is not theirs then applies to small private companies. Well, roughly speaking, to the sole proprietors. As you may remember, this is the market for Maasai raw materials. We've been there before. Let's have a little recap on what happened. We got there, we had a cultural conversation.
You have a rough? Yes. Show me. I don't have it.
After cultural communication, we went to the office, looked, and chose rough. Now, the task is to see what the miners have in place. And then we will come up with some kind of conclusion on the topic of where it is more profitable to take stones, from local mining sites to, for example, the mineral market. Well, now let's go to the mine. Here's another mining site, and this mine, as you understand, does not belong to the company Tanzanite 1. This is the mine of individual entrepreneurs, where wit, artisanal ingenuity, and hope for a bright future prevail. Well, now let's find out how prospectors work. Everything is very simple and unbiased. This is where Tanzanite is mined. Small private area. Behind me is the entrance to the mine. It's closed today. This is how Tanzanite is mined here. Yes, as you notice, there's a real car with a gearbox here. There's an engine, there's a handbrake, and it's all connected to the rear axle. Here, just on the basis of one machine, a lifting device was made. And all the smaller mines have similar elevators. The gearbox with reduced, increased, and manual brake. Like this. What, get him to turn it on? Nope. He says it will cost money. We're trying to reach an agreement so that it could be a gift. While I think about how to make our request happen, let's continue to research and look around. Hello! As you can see here, there's a group of electric furnaces. That is, a group of generators. There are several cars parked here. First, second, and third. In case one fails, the third one will work. As I understand it, this is a converter. This is the main car. We fill them up with diesel fuel, electricity is supplied, and the whole mine works. It's more for the lighting in this place. The electricity that is produced here. And in order to go down and up the shaft, diesel fuel is used. What we showed you earlier is based on some old wrecked car. It's kind of like a bonfire. They probably eat porridge here. These branches are used to make the fire. Like that. Or maybe it's some kind of glue, I don't know. Judging by the spoon, the meal will be coming soon. Here. He's got a soft hand when handshaked, but at least he understands what tanzanite is.
You know everything about Tanzania, right?
This is the mine manager. He lives there with his entourage in this wooden house, which is located behind us. But those, perhaps, who do not get a place here in the literal sense of the word, live in a chicken coop. That's where the workers sleep. I think they're chicken coops. And they sleep with the chickens. And here is a party house. Cards, maybe even light drugs. Okay, kidding aside, let's see what minerals are now in the hands of prospectors. This is the so-called pyrite, gold for fools. They call it shaba, fairly large samples. Here, as I understand it, is quartz. Very large quartz crystal. Quite a lot of inclusions. But in this, quartz are found, they find it green garnet. Very light color. But it is here. Yes, there was nothing to profit from. But now our request to turn on the elevator, or I am not sure, to be honest, how it is called correctly, has begun to come true. We were asked to sit down, a man appeared with fuel, and somehow, unexplainable and easily, whirlwinds started swirling around us. The only thing is that in Africa, everything is very long. They discuss and prepare everything very much. They carry these whole micro-meetings about that. But now we are putting on our helmets. We can't understand it. In general, we're not dressed for the purpose, to say the least. It's just that we didn't think we'd get into the mine today. We thought we could do it in a day, but oh well. Since there's such an opportunity, we go down. Let's go towards the adventure. Well, let's go down in the bucket. But due to the weak English of the host party, we did not understand how many people were going down with us, and in general, what the plan was. It is clear that we will go down there, and then some ignorance. I do not know. I have all of my valuables in my backpack. Somehow I don't really want to leave them here. I don't know if I'll still be an idiot with a backpack. And now let's try to relive the emotions that we experienced at that time. I'll just give you some hints and comments behind the scenes, because unfortunately, you won't see the fullness of the experience. Sorry for swearing, I beeped it, but decided to leave it in anyway, so that you can feel at least a little more of the emotions that we experienced. The underworld opens, well, it's 200 meters below us. It's approximately 66 floors just down. You can already feel that. Now we will go down under the ground. Very funny. That's how we descend into the shaft, in depth. And such an interesting structure in the form of an iron glass, designed for 2 people. But there are 5 of us here. Something's falling on my head from above. Oh fuck, that's still a way down and down. Curiosity's coming out. We shine the lantern down, and that's where I just made a freeze frame. That's where this darkness is. We go there. There are burrows on the sides where they also expanded and searched for tanzanite. When the structure is lowered, let's call it a bucket, it starts to sway a little. And to avoid the clashes, the miners try to push off the walls with their hands, but unfortunately it's not always working. Everyone, of course, is very calm, but tense. Tensed as this cable. The moon has appeared in the black sky, which means that we are deep. Notice how the walls and then the ground begin to sparkle. This, we were told, is a sign of tanzanite. For some reason, there's no walkie-talkie, without anything, just really. Well, in the meantime, the outline of the landing zone appeared. Well, simply put, the bottom. Field, there is. Pepelak has arrived. There's light in there. Here is an endless desire for profit from tanzanite. Start unloading. When we were going down, we started sweating already, and when we landed, we immediately felt the warmth from the soil and stuffiness. Here Vadim comes out of this modern elevator. How are you feeling, Pavel? The feelings are excellent, as they say. The mood is excellent. We're going to the bottom. Now, the main thing is to get up. We thought that right now we would start exploring the mine, walking here, studying it, but no. It was only a plateau of 200 meters, roughly speaking the landing zone. To see where the tanzanite is located, you need to go down even deeper, really deep, but now on your own 2 feet. And this was already a small surprise. The tunnels run at a rather steep slope, and the stairs could be better. With one hand, you hold onto the metal barbed cable, and with the other, you hold the camera. I film as best I can. Plus, not always, but sometimes, nails stick out of the stairs, so you need to be careful. Temperature here is... there are splinters on the cable. Got it. Look closely. There's a lantern shining behind me, and this is, relatively speaking, a pedestrian entrance to the mine, where the elevator took us. And notice how far away it is already. And this is just the beginning of the dive. I wonder if their insurance covers splinters here. Careful, there are broken steps. Yes, I see. But on the right, you can see the hose. It supplies air, or sometimes water. It's dual use. It's better not to grab it so as not to break it. The heat is about 50 degrees right now, probably 40. There was a shiny crumb everywhere, and this reminded us that there are deposits of tanzanite nearby. Careful, there are thorns, probably right here. Stuffy. The sweat is pouring down like a river. I'm not showing you the whole thing, but I'm showing you a cutout of how we went down there because it was quite a long journey. Okay, we'll be down now. Look, you can feel the heat from the walls, from everything. I don't think we took off our t-shirts for nothing. But also take off my jeans. But without jeans are not allowed. The obstacles start later. There's a pit in front of you. On top of this pit is a ladder. You need to climb this ladder, so to speak, from one island to another island. On the opposite island is a staircase that will take you to the level below. It looked like a nursery, but without the balloons. Go, Vadim. Don't forget, we'll have to climb up. As you can see, in some places there are no steps on the stairs, and rusty nails stick out from there. Plus, there is less and less air, and my head starts to get dizzy from time to time. And without exaggeration, I will say that just as I remember now, you start to think harder, and the idea is more difficult to formulate. Felt like it was getting hotter and hotter by the meter. We're all just soaking wet. The sweat is pouring down like a river. It actually reminds me of a Turkish bath. You know, like a well-steamed one? At some point, my legs began to fail me. Here, pay attention to the shaking. Well then, cut. And after some time, we went down the shaft. The stairs ended. We are almost exhausted, but we continue walking. This is what we look like at the moment. And here is Vadim. This is our guide. The best of the best guides. There were no more stairs. We've reached something like a plateau. The space is quite large. I can't breathe. I don't know how they work here. In some ways, it looks like a storage room. There, as I understand it now, the workers took a deep breath, ate, and gained strength before further work. Here you need to get something. It's a hell of a job.
How many meters up? How many meters up?
5.
What, 5?
500.
500 meters.
500.
We're now here 500 meters.
Yeah.
It's not me who said that.
Savara is here, yes?
Sabarite and the tanzanite.
Wow, and then there's more. Well, I'm not going in there. Fuck that. Now, there's also another passageway that goes the other way. But it does not exactly go down, and this passage goes somewhere to the side. Here. Also, here starts, if you can see, another mine. Now we'll go over and take a look. There's another passageway here, and here's the third pass. You know, everything I show you is all for girls. Understand that we're also pretty cool, minus 500 meters underground. But what's the catch? This is a plateau. Here the guys rest, maybe eat. They're working down there. I can't imagine doing that in these conditions. In general, what kind of health reserve should you have? They work without masks. Without anything at all. I feel like I'm in a Turkish bath right now. Well, let's take a break, move on, move deeper. Here's a little bit of useful information. Yellow color. It means there will be no good tanzanite. We must go further.
This is no good.
This is no good.
Remember our first Tanzanian issue? When we were in the museum, they also showed it there. If you see yellowness, then it will be bad tanzanite. We need to look further. There's a development here. There were stones in these pockets. Here they're all worked out and the mine went down further. Tanzanite is found in the so-called pockets. Thank you, Pavel. He does the work for me now. I'm lost. I can only drag my own hooves. Are we still gonna go down or not? Bash? No. Are we gonna go down? You can wait.
We're gonna go down, Shabani?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, shit.
You can wait, Vadim.
I wait here, okay?
Okay.
I'm tired.
You go.
Uh-huh.
That's it. I'm tired. I'm on a break. Bag under my ass.
Spices and gems.
I don't know. It's probably 45, 50 degrees here. Well, our descent continues. We climb further. And after some time, the guys reach the goal. Look, there's almost nothing to breathe here. I'm not the only one completely drenched in sweat. The guys here work all day. That's where they gotta get. Here we are at a depth of 650 meters. And this is the white spot, where the vein begins.
What is the name?
Manta.
In the local dialect, this is called manta. When you see such white quartz inclusions, there's always savarite and tanzanite in them. It's a tanzanite vein. It is being developed. If you can see here, there are small inclusions of tanzanite. It is still almost invisible, very transparent, but this is a good sign. There may be treasures behind that wall, worth millions of dollars, like that. Well, now going back, and here is the entrance there. Damn, how bad that there's no connection here. I can't make a phone call. Guys are climbing out, but I chickened out. I can't be with you too, man. You.
I'm tired.
This guy felt like a fish in water. Unfortunately, zero English knowledge, but we felt each other. This person with my backpack walks with my backpack. And thank you, my friend. Please carry it for a bit longer.
One more, please. Yeah. Not possible.
Another 500 meters, a little higher, and then I'll pick him up. Yes, we got a little deeper than Vadim, another 100 meters. Our guide said that we were at a depth of about 650 meters. Underground in the rock. That's where I was reporting and showing you a vein that will bring a lot of tanzanite. Perhaps there's a multi-million-dollar supply behind this wall. No one knows that. The tanzanite is there. And then there was a long ascent and unity. You really start to appreciate those people who are with you in a semi-extreme situation. But this is, of course, my opinion. Those guys work there every day, and a bottle of water for 4 is shared fraternally. And when you still went up together on this bucket, you are just brothers who are connected by this invisible thread. Last one who climbs out is Vadim. He, of course, is a little freaked out. And here we are with Vadim. It's a hell of a job. You need to have this gigantic courage to get something else. Subscribe now. Most of all, I regret that I did not capture these enthusiastic and amazed faces of the prospectors, because they thought we were going to go down and come straight back up. I honestly respected the prospectors. Wet jeans all through. I'll tell you, it was just an unforgettable experience for me. That's when your life depends on this cable and these pepelets. I thought of all the gods I could find, especially on the way up. When I went down, well, I saw that there was a hole, but I was kind of doing it on emotions more. I tried to deduce the feeling with my emotions. And when I realized how long we had been going down, and when I realized that we still had to go up,
Yeah, respect! Yeah!
That's it. Now we're officially on our own. They were baptized, so to speak. We have passed the path of a warrior. We went down and just looked around. Didn't even bring the bag up. But that was already too much. The guys climbed even lower. I'm done. I'm down 550. If you see this video, then I'm alive. What a beautiful and eventful day it was. Now is the time for a conclusion. I will say this because, unfortunately, we didn't manage to buy anything at the mine. Let's just say there wasn't anything that we were looking for. But in the Maasai market, where our episode started, you can buy raw materials. But the price tag there is quite high and you need to bargain very hard and reasonably. Therefore, I can conclude that the best prices are still at the mineral market in Arusha. There is room for maneuver, both in the choice of stones and in the price. Go to the channel, subscribe, and buy everything.
Well, that was really sweaty, I would like to say. How was the video? Please share your comments below in the comment section. Let me know, please, because I would really love to read what you think. Thank you for watching, and see you very soon in the future upcoming episodes. All the best.